I'm gonna say something about my family reunion. Now, with me, don't know about you, but at my family reunion, there's always those family members that are a little bit weird. Those two uncles that one's deaf in the left ear, one's deaf in the right ear, and they insist on having their deaf ears towards each other. So you can hear them yelling all across the house. And along with that aunt that you're just like, did she really just say that? Is that really happening? The cousin who's out of control. The sister who is able to beat you up, even though you know you're older. And if you have that, you can probably relate to the fact that your family may be a little bit strange. But there is no stranger family than the family we have here. Now, that may sound weird to about anyone who just walks in the door at that moment. However, it does have a point, and that is here in the church, we are a family. And because we are called brothers and sisters in Christ. And that is shown in the Bible, known in a place of Matthew 12, 46 through 50. If you'll flip there, please.
I love that quirkiness. It's awesome.
Matthew, big 12, little 46 through 50. If you're there already, I'll start reading. The page is flipping, so that's my key to start. But here it is. While Jesus was still talking to the crowd, his mother and brothers stood outside, wanting to speak to him. Someone told him, "Your mother and brothers are standing outside, wanting to speak to you." He replied to him, "Who is my mother and who are my brothers?" Pointing to his disciples, he said, "Here are my mother and my brothers, for whoever does the will of my Father in heaven is my brother and sister and mothers." Well, what we could see here is that Jesus said, "Hey, your mom and brothers are waiting." It's like, well, which one are you talking about? All these people here who are doing my Father's work are my mothers and brothers. Now, when he said that those who do his work are his fathers, no, not his fathers, but his mothers, brothers, and sisters, he left out father. That's because he knows that God is his father and is the father of the church family. He is our father. And he treated much his oldest treatables like sisters. Like we should treat each other, out brothers and sisters and mothers first. Now that in another team, 34, John 6, 34, John through 35. I think I actually said 36 a second the first time.
That quirkiness is awesome.
Okay. Or the pages stop flipping, so here we go. Starting with verse 34. "A new command I give you." This is Jesus talking. "Love one another as I have loved you. So you must love one another. By this, everyone will know that you are my disciples if you love one another." Well, we are actually supposed to treat each other as family and love each other. Now, if we do that, we should look like a functional family, right? Have you ever seen a functional family and going, "Wow, I want to be like that"? And on the other side, have you seen a dysfunctional family ever and "Wow, I do not want to be like that"? But that is how we look to the outside world, to those outside these walls. If we treat each other like family, we are a functional family, and the world will see us like that and wonder, what do they have different? What are they having?
I like that.
And if we didn't do that, we'd look dysfunctional and go, what's so different about them? They have nothing. That is point, basically, number one. Now, different ways we can act like a family are shown in the Bible. One of these, which is one of my favorites that I saw, is in Timothy 5, 1 and 2. Timothy 5? 1 Timothy. 1 Timothy, there. 1 Timothy 5, 1 and 2. Okay. And heart, so exhort Do not your father, an older man, younger, but as if he were his mother. Treat women and as brothers, with older women as purity, and younger as sisters. Absolute. If this saying well, older women be as fathers, we should think, and mother men, not as if they ours, as others. I don't know about saying you guys, but me, there are men and women that I know that I'm like going, Mom, get Mom. I think I'll mix you two up. But that's what I'm talking about. That they have acted, that other female in my life has acted like such a mom to me that she is basically second mom, even though she isn't really. But she acts like one. And basically the same thing with dads, with fathers. That I have actually two fathers, one on earth and one in heaven. But if any other male figure is there, I should think of him as a father, as an example to look for. So if there is somewhere where I am not doing as well as I know I should look at someone who is doing well in that one and think of him as an example, as a father figure. Because there is a difference between father and father figure. What that is, and also that also applies to brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters, wow. Strange relationship those two have. If you have had either a brother or sister, you know what it's like to constantly be like, no, I want to do this. No, it's me. And you may be constantly arguing, but you still love each other. That love is actually why I made the joke, hey, I'm a Proverbs 17:17 brother. That my sister could tell you that joke because whenever I argue with her, I say that, and she's like, Micah, I want to look that up. She looked it up, and she said, that makes sense, because what it says is, a friend loves at all times, but a brother is born for adversity. So, we may not always be buddy, but we will always love each other. And we will always think of each other as brother and sister. Because who would want to think something bad about their sister? That verse I showed you, 1 Timothy, that one also applied to impure thoughts. Because, as I said, who would think that about their brother or sister? Yeah. That was weird. Now, the reason why I said that is because we should really treat each other as a family. Because how we treat each other has an impact later on. Just like actual babies and children, new Christians do need love and attention. There is a disorder a person can get if they do not form bonds with those around them when they are a baby / young child. It is known as RAD, or reactive attachment disorder. Now, the symptoms of this are actually not that many, but can be pretty severe. But they are trying to find comfort in anyone, including complete strangers, along with being reluctant to either show or accept affection from their parents. Now, could you imagine this? If you have a kid and he's ever come up and scraped his knee, he's like, his leg is bleeding, comes to you, oh, my leg is bleeding, I need a Band-Aid. Exactly. Now, the reason is he doesn't imagine it because he has that connection to you. And a child without connection, I go, child with that. I don't even do it myself. I don't need you. Along with they would be reluctant to show or accept affection / help. So let's say they come home from school, have had so much issues, homework, friends, and also teachers. They have those problems. Come home and they're like, whatever, I have nothing to talk about. So, how's your day, honey? It's good. But why I'm saying this isn't just to tell you about some disorder that you can get if you don't show your child love and affection. It's not. However, it does apply to the Christian realm as well. Otherwise, I call it CRAD, Christian reactive attachment disorder. Now, this is more applying to new Christians, or some people call them baby Christians, and those who are just beginning their walk. Now, those symptoms could be translated into the Christian world. Now, Christian RAD would have basically exactly the same symptoms. Now, what those are, they would end up finding help with their questions from anywhere, including people who could take them down the wrong path. Now, thinking this, could you imagine a new Christian like going, they're not going to help me. Who can I ask for this problem? Oh, look at that random stranger over there. I don't know his belief, but he could probably help me still. For all we know, he could end up being like an atheist or someone like that. And that would be completely terrible to, especially a new Christian at that. Because who would want, at a show of hands, who wants to go and ask a question to an atheist? Oh, no. And probably no, that one. And probably know, why is that? Because the right, you probably don't have the answer. They don't have looking for answers. They don't have ones. Because you're really more. Now, the biblical. This now, the of it, second symptom of BRAD to accept is being reluctant to church, show or help. This from church, another bad one, because this, imagine, is another having one, because imagine their life, they are getting issues to go through with life. They difficult for help. Will not ask help either. And they have problems. They won't even have. They won't with either. If the church accept or either. They won't help with either. They won't accept. Almost forgive it. That devastating because the first you can leave a little more than after when it comes first. You heard it, you're like, you hear that. Just go with guy off the store. He told me that working. That's Ryan. Oh, this street. I don't know. You can at least steer them a little bit better than you can with the second one. The second one, they would help or accept help. The reason why I'm telling you this is I basically had kind of a personal experience with this. Because my family, we've kind of gone on in foster care a little bit. Kind of have had these two boys for a while with us. And one of them, there's a possibility he could have this because he has not been able to connect that well. He doesn't really have that emotion towards us that much. He's starting to, but at the first he's like, okay, hey, good night.